Welcome to the show. You're on Thursday Night Boogie on the Beat Radio Bali, and we've got special guest DJ Aza Sirelis with us today. Hi, Aza.
Hello.
How are you?
Life is good.
Life is a wonderful thing, especially on Thursdays, and we're going to be talking to you about your life and music. And let's start off right at the beginning, where you're saying you're originally from Armenia.
Right.
How long were you in Armenia?
I was born in Armenia, and I lived there until I was 3 years old, and then my family, I don't know why, they decided to move to Siberia.
Siberia.
Armenia is a pretty warm country. But Siberia is minus 40 degrees at winter sometimes.
Must have been looking for work or something?
Yeah. I guess that was the reason, and it was really tough times in Armenia after USSR reunited.
Yeah. Oh, that was
Soviet Union.
Early 90s, right?
Yeah, I was born in 93.
Okay, so then they got out of Armenia. Armenia is on the Black Sea, is it? Or not?
No, we are isolated of any sea.
Okay.
We only have our lake Sevan, which is one of the biggest reservoir for clean water.
Okay.
And we don't have oil. We don't have anything sea, but we are very talented people because all our history we were used to survive.
Right.
And we are pretty one of the most ancient, I would say.
Is it near
Turkey? It's
near
between Turkey and Russia
and
Georgia
Tehran and Iran and
right,
that kind of area, right?
Right.
Right. So it's the cradle of humanity.
One
area.
of.
Wow, that's pretty cool. Have you been back?
I haven't been in Armenia for 21 years,
Okay.
and I just went there 2 years ago. For 3 days.
Okay. So
It was just before I arrived to Bali. I decided to make a small trip to Kazakhstan and then Armenia, Dubai, and then just Bali.
wow. And how about Siberia? Growing up in Siberia, how was that?
I would say I grew up in one of the most culturally rich cities of Siberia, if not the most, because our city was called Siberian Athens, because we have a lot of universities. Each fifth man living in our city, Tomsk, it is called Tomsk, is a student. So statistically, we have a lot of young people, and I love it. But since I moved to Moscow, it was when I was 27, and I felt a different size of a city and different way of thinking and people and culture. I cannot stay in Tomsk more than 5 days. Though my family lives there. I just come for 5 days, and that's my maximum. I cannot stand there.
Right. And how far is that from Moscow?
4,000 kilometers.
Wow.
It's in the middle of Russia.
Wow.
And Russia is big.
Wow. So, but since there are students, there must be a fair bit of creativity going on.
A lot of beautiful people, and it's nice, but still it's somewhere in the middle of Russia. Cannot even compare to Moscow.
It's kind of crazy how they have all the universities 4,000 kilometers from Moscow. Where do the students come from?
No, it is still it is an important point. There's a lot of people. It's 600,000 people in this city, and there is a city Novosibirsk, which is 300 kilometers maybe near, which is the third city in the Moscow.
Oh, okay. Russia, yeah.
So yeah, it's
So it's not totally isolated.
no, it's not just some kind of a villager.
In the middle
It's
of
no,
nowhere.
no. It's good. It's a good city.
Yeah. So, and what were you studying and stuff there? Did you? Well, let's put it this way: when did you get involved in music? What was that?
When I was maybe 8 years old, I was maybe 10, and my sister started to go in to musical school to play piano, and we bought a piano, and I loved it also. And my father, he's not a professional musician, but I got that talent from him. He can improvise different instruments. It's easy when you have talent and good ear. So I started playing something, and I thought, oh, I want to go to musical school also. And it was a struggle. First year it was wow, so cool, and then I don't know. I finished without going to music grammar classes, just because I was good in communications. I managed it somehow to get my A plus for these classes, which I didn't go, and still now I'm producing music. I don't know note grammar. I don't know it. I just have my perfect ear. That's it. I don't need it.
And that's on Ableton or something? Or?
Yeah, I produce music
So
on
that's
Ableton.
on computer. But you said before you were learning instruments too, right? So how long did you get involved in that for a long time, or did you leave that behind?
I was learning piano, and then I started to listen in rock music when I was maybe 15, and I learned electric guitar by myself. And then I started listening to jazz music mostly, and I learned to play saxophone also by myself. And I'm not professional on any of instruments, but I feel it, and now I'm happy that I can implement it into electronic music, because it doesn't need to be like shredding or super cool super cool technique.
Yeah.
You just can play a few notes at the right time, and it goes.
And you can repeat it.
Yeah, it's repetitive, right?
On the computer. But it gives you the sounds, right? The sounds that you need, or the sounds you can play with.
The vibe, yeah.
Yeah. So did you play in bands or anything? Or
I tried myself as a solo guitarist for a band, but it was just a few times we met, and it was just for fun.
Didn't get out there.
Yeah.
So, but you were saying that you came across electronic music, what was it, 4 or 5 years ago?
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about that. Where was that?
It started in Moscow when I started producing music in Ableton in FL Studio first. I was trying to make some hip-hop beats, though I was not listening to hip-hop music, but it's the easiest way thing to make. I started, and then somehow one of my friends sent me a Black Coffee's set from Circle. I was like, oh, nice music. What is this? House music? Afro house? Okay. I started digging into it and started making something similar, mostly organic house, but I didn't have any understanding of what's going on. And then I thought, okay, I produce some music, maybe I should become also a DJ. And I had no idea who DJ really is. And one of my friends, he said, let's go, I show you the nightlife.
Right.
I was like, okay, good. I was a financial advisor for that moment. I was in Moscow. I was 27, 28.
And
not even sure.
You were working, like you had a job and you were living there.
Yeah. And it was my first year in Moscow, and I was so curious because it's the capital. There's so many beautiful people, so many things going on, and I seen this nightlife in movies, and I was super curious.
Yeah, sure. And they say Moscow nightlife's pretty impressive, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. And I would say Moscow, summertime. I have not been in a lot of cities in the world, but a lot of people, even out of Moscow, from Europe or from different countries, they say that Moscow summertime is one of the best places ever.
Right.
It's amazing. I miss Moscow so much. I haven't been in Russia for more than 2.5 years. Maybe even more, and this summer season I'm coming back to Moscow for a summer to play in a proper clubs, to play good music without really trying to go to compromises, because we have a cool underground scene, we have a good luxury underground scene, I would say, for the people who are not raving in but still they love electronic music.
So,
And
wait a minute, so
yeah,
wait-
that's how it started. It started in a Gasgolder club in Moscow.
Yeah, when you say the summer in Moscow is the best or the next level, what exactly is going on? Is it just a lot of people there and the weather's nice?
First, Moscow is so beautiful.
Hmm.
Architecture. It's a city with a history.
Sure.
It's not a Dubai, which is built like less than 100 years. So it's a city with a history, with a vibe, with a lot of nature, with a lot of parks, and the cultural level is super high, really. And people, how they dress up, how beautiful they are, the way of thinking. Such a, I feel so bad about Russia now that the international community, a lot of the part they have propaganda that we are
Sure.
fighting with bears. Moscow is one of the greatest city, I'm sure, without even going to other cities. It's clean, it's safe, it is the nightlife is really good.
What about, because I've heard before, like there's there's a hardcore, very rich person nightlife with the tables and all this, and everyone's carrying guns and they got their protection and all this. Is that the reality?
in Moscow?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Like they have, the mafioso kind of
Yeah.
oligarchy type thing.
Okay, you can see it. You can see something like this mostly in hip hop clubs, maybe, because it's different vibe. Yeah, you can see these Maybachs, taxi Maybachs coming and with very important persons. It's a common thing everywhere, but
Yeah.
it's not wild. It's not looking wild. They look really stylish. They look
It's
good.
not, it's not dangerous.
No, it's
No.
not like but yeah, everything happens.
Everybody it could be anywhere and get dangerous.
Yes, sure.
So let's go back to that night. You discovered electronic music and night clubbing. So where was that? What club was it?
Gasgolder Club. It's I can call it my church because that's where I was really born as a man who understood the value and the influence of electronic music. So it was an amazing night. It's imprinted in my memory so good, and I remember it, and I can't wait to be there back again.
Right. So they've just got a great sound system and
They have
vibe.
they have DNB sound system, amazing underground vibe of people feeling free to do almost whatever they want, but still super cultural. Everyone respecting each other. That was the moment when I got into that electronic music culture, when people understand that music unites us. And music give us freedom to express ourselves, and we are not looking to each other like, oh, he's so cringe, oh, he's dancing like weird. No, people, some guy is weird, some girl is like she's dressed up like a fairy, or but it was first time I saw a glitter on the face of some guys. And I was thinking, why you did this? But now I understand. It's funny. It's just having fun.
Fun,
but that night it was something that made my perception really go wide.
Opened your mind.
It opened my mind.
And I imagine you're feeling the love, right?
Sure.
That's what happens a lot in the electronic world.
A lot.
Yeah. So there's many places where you can do that all over the place too, right? And we love it.
That common sense of love, I would say.
Yeah.
not just my sense, but common. When DJ drops a drop,
Yeah.
yeah, and everyone is dancing. At some point, you see you're looking to someone you don't know. You see him first time, but that way you look to each other like, oh, he is on fire. Yes, such a good vibes.
Yeah.
This feeling,
Exactly. And the hands in the air.
yeah, hands in the air.
And it's uncontrollable, right?
Yeah.
And as we all know, the party enhancers help a lot to get you there. But there's something about that electronic trancey-like music, right?
Trancey-like?
Trance-like music. It gets you into a trance.
Yes,
repetitiveness of the sound.
Yes, sure. It's the formula. You get in touch with these repetitive looped sounds, and I feel that it works like a mantra. It works like a gong meditation. It works like a flowing river. You can connect to it. You can forget everything, and it's so catchy. It catches your perception, your mind, your heart, and you stick to it. And I think that night I understood the influence and responsibility of a DJ, because whatever he put, it will influence the whole dance floor. And I believe that me as a person, with my level of empathy, with my knowledge of music and feeling of music and my expression, and me being just a good, kind person with giving good vibes, I thought, oh, what I can do staying behind the decks.
Sure.
I just imagined, and now I'm doing it.
There's a lot of responsibility, right?
Sure.
A lot of responsibility for the DJ to hold the whole thing together.
Yeah, and it's different levels. Some DJs think how to hold the dance floor, not them to run away to another dance floor. And some DJs think how to play music to make more people fall in love to each other. And some DJs are thinking what I will leave in people's hearts and mind the next day, with what feeling they will wake up.
Right.
There's different levels of...
What kind of DJ are you then, in that regard?
Me, I'm that kind of person. It's one of my, I would say, weakness and one of my jackpots in this life. I am super versatile. I'm so different, and I can think about all levels at each time. I'm analyzing because I can think... To be good in the eyes of promoter, I need to make this dance floor stay. But still, I'm thinking, I'm trying to, like, in Mario video game, this bonus round when you try to catch all these coins, boom, 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 boom. I'm that kind of a person.
Trying to reach for the sky.
I'm trying, I'm super ambitious, and whenever I stand to the decks, when I have a dance floor, I'm really trying to do my best.
Right.
So
do you take risks? Like,
yes, sure. Yes, you're right.
Like you're playing this track and you think, oh, maybe I should just throw this in here now. Is it like that? Is there a risk involved?
It's a risky thing, and sometimes, let's say when I play in a club which is more commercial, and sometimes I'm like... I see the group of people, they are going crazy, they feel, and I see the deepness they can feel. And sometimes it works out like this. I can put some track which is not so commercial and understandable, but I believe that this group of people will feel it so much, will get it so much, that another people will stick to it. And sometimes it works, and that's also, as I understand, my part as a DJ, to open music to people, not to play whatever they want it to be played. But it's always a risk. It's like, always a risk.
Not the music they think they like.
Yeah,
they could try something new.
Honestly, I cannot say surely, but I think that that's also a reason why I am not invited to play in some venues, because even then, if dance floor is on fire, promoter is like, oh, this music is weird.
But without looking at the dance floor?
Uh, it depends.
Mm.
I think the brain of promoter working differently.
Mm.
He's looking at the
They
business.
think, yeah.
He's thinking about the business.
They think you need to be playing this style of music.
Yes. They think if I play two tracks which are out of their music direction, even though people liked it, they think I am a risky person.
Right.
So next time, if they put me, maybe I will go too much into that stuff, and that's how I think maybe they think.
So going back to what you
Maybe.
said before,
Yeah.
after your big experience with electronic music in Goga, what was it called? Goga Club.
Gazgolder.
Gazgolder. How long did it take you to become a DJ?
Actually, I learned by myself. I learned it pretty fast because I'm talented. I'm not saying it being arrogant. It's not what I reached. I born like this, thanks God. And I learned.
Does that mean understanding music?
Yeah, I learned it. I learned music and a lot of different stuff pretty quick. But first time I was used to play, I was learning with a small portable controller, DDJ 400, and when I managed my first gig in a bar, I saw its big decks and mixture.
Whoa.
I was like, what is that?
Oh my God.
And I invited my friend. He said, Aza, you cannot play this? I said, no. He gave me just 20-minute lesson, and I said, okay, I'm done. And I realized I didn't even go to studio to work out before. I was like, I will do it.
Throw it in the middle.
Yeah, I did it. And the music I was playing, he said, bro, that's not the vibe for the bar. It's too dark. And I just copied half of the set of Lee Burridge from Omnia, that time from Savaya. And that was...
That'll work.
So I was inspired with my first gig with a set of Lee Burridge from Savaya.
But that's in Moscow.
No, but it was in Moscow,
Yeah.
and I was inspired by set from Savaya.
Right,
and
so you're already getting a call in from Bali.
Yeah, I get a call, and it was my dream. I was like, oh, I want to play this club, such a beautiful venue on a cliff. Wow.
Yeah, right.
And when I came to Bali, I still didn't know it's in Bali, this
Yeah,
club.
right, okay.
I just didn't notice. And when I came, I was, what?
There it is.
Here it is, yeah. And now I'm playing in Savaya, and I'm super, super happy.
But we'll get there. Okay, how long you're in Moscow DJing before you decided you're going to make a move? Like, how long were you DJing?
I went to this club. For that moment, it was my first gig already. Yeah, but then I went to this club. Less than 1 year I was already playing in that club. It's one of the best Moscow underground clubs. And I was DJing in Moscow for, let's say, 2 years, but it was not a full-time job. I couldn't call myself professional, because you're professional when you really make money, when it's something make you living. And I became professional DJ when I came to Bali a bit more than 2 years ago, I can say.
Right. So that pushed you because you came here and that's what you wanted to do.
Yeah, it was my decision. On that moment, it was my decision. I understood clearly for that moment that I'm going to be a musician, a DJ, probably. And I decided that in Bali, I will not try to find any income out of music business, only music business, whatever it is. Teaching, DJing, producing music for someone. I even sold my playlist 2 times for 2,500 USD. Yeah, because I needed to pay my rent, and I managed how to sell it. Why not? To my student who is not a professional, let him play a good music. My taste is nice.
And so what sort of music are you playing? What do you play?
What genres?
Yeah, like around Bali, what do you play?
Around Bali, I'm playing what is mostly played there, like Afro House, and organic house mostly, sometimes indie dance. When I came to Bali, I was in love with down tempo music, but I find out that it's not popular there. That Bali is pretty commercial.
Yeah.
I was super sad about that. I had a crisis, and I was like, "Oh, what should I do?" And I was trying my best to be as underground as I could,
Yeah.
but then I saw it's not working out. The
Right.
promoters, they call me. They see potential. They see I can play a good set, but then they see I'm trying to do something out of their direction, and yeah, I felt this a little.
Yeah.
So now I'm still trying to do that, but now I have my name and I have a trust.
And then
And when I do this,
you have your style as well that people are expecting.
yes, yeah.
Yeah, which is, I'd imagine, is organic kind of melodic techno. Is it?
I
Melodic.
I love melodies,
Hmm.
but I play tech house also.
Yeah.
But I love when it's something going on. Like I cannot listen to deep tech music for a long time because there is no progressive. Nothing is progressing. It goes boom.
Duk, duk, duk,
Yeah,
duk.
yeah. It's too similar for me. I love melodies.
Yeah. So, where are you playing now in Bali?
I am now playing in Savaya, in Desa Kitsune, which also belongs to Savaya Group, and I play in Red Ruby. These are a few places I regularly play. Before I was an exclusive resident of K Club Group, I was playing in Cabana, Sardin, Le Toilet exclusively.
Right.
But now sometimes I'm invited to different venues. Like I'm invited now to play in Luna Beach Club. It's different, but yeah, I play on private parties, pretty fancy private parties.
Right.
I like it so much.
Yeah.
And
And they're
yeah,
pretty well paid too, right?
yes,
Yeah.
also
Better than in the clubs. For
100%.
sure. So
Yeah,
what
at
do you
least
think?
I ask at least double price.
Yeah. And so you should. What do you think of the nightlife scene in Bali after 2 years, 2.5 years here?
I see it's growing up so much. I see Savaya is doing such a big thing for nightlife in Bali, bringing the highest rank DJs and producers, Solomon and Bedouin and other.
Some of the best, right?
Yeah, some of the best, definitely. And for sure, the attention to Bali is growing up. I'm a bit sad that we really don't have a proper underground culture here, but I'm sure that it will also take a part. And soon my friends are opening a nightclub in Nuanu City, which is called Late Checkout, which is going to be that thing what I'm talking about. Underground club, but for not like for marginal people, you know, but
Yeah, hardcore
no,
nightlife people.
no,
No.
not hardcore.
Well,
I would say
what I mean is, serious.
yeah,
hardcore.
medium, medium underground. Let's
Yeah.
say.
Well, there used to be sort of an underground kind of scene, and it comes and goes. I think there's a certain club that plays underground music, and then eventually actually the rules change, and then there's not the amount of party enhancers around the place, and that kind of dies off.
Yeah,
And they close that club, and they close this club, and then next it has to start again.
yeah. The Bali is. Let's not forget that Bali is a touristic place,
As well,
and
yes.
that's why there is no strong local community for electronic music.
Well, it's not very big, yeah. But
It's not very big.
Actually, the Russian, the whole Russian-Ukrainian crowd that's here, they seem to have a fair bit of that underground clubbing thing going on.
Yeah, they have it, but also that community is going back to Russia and then coming to winter season. It's not always
constant,
not constant.
yeah.
Right.
All right. So, all right. What's happening with you now? What's going on? You're producing music?
Yeah, I produce music and I'm doing a lot of things. I became a label and showcase manager of Odyssey Festival, which is one of the coolest and biggest promotion from Russia. They are going worldwide now, having exclusive residency in Café Del Mar Phuket, in Savaya and Desa Kitsune in Bali.
Yeah.
So my mission is to expand, to create an international network of artists doing releases on our label, and also to find venues and festivals where we take part
Wow.
and do our showcases. And I do a lot of stuff. I am teaching people how to DJ, and sometimes I even do my master classes, my lectures about electronic music, and a lot of things going on. And I'm, as I said, I'm versatile. Is it the right word when you
Versatile,
do different
You can
things?
do many different
And
things.
it's not easy to be. I'm used to be an introvert and extrovert same time, because I have so much networking and communication stuff. I am expressing myself as a DJ. I'm a pretty vivid artist, but I need to be a guy who is sitting in his home studio making music and not replying to his friends for a few days. I'm doing it. I'm good at it, but sometimes I understand that I'm losing my center. And I understand that my center should be music production. That's the most important part, because I believe that my music can lead me to the stars more than any other things I do.
So you have to concentrate on that.
Yeah, I'm doing my best to.
Where can people see you play over the next week or two?
Once again, sorry.
Where can people see you spin or hear your music in the next week?
I'm not keeping anything in my mind. I need to check my schedule, but really, so many things going on.
Yeah.
But I think in the beginning of April I will perform in Savaya for Stefan Bodzin, probably.
Okay.
It's not confirmed, but most probably.
But you're often down there at Savaya, aren't you? You're often playing at Savaya and Desa Kitsune around the corner.
1-2 times in a month. It's
and the Sardine too, right?
I
think I've
was.
seen you down the Sardine before.
Yeah, I remember you also. I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
I saw you also. But now I'm not playing in Sardine. We are not in relationships. Yeah.
Moved on.
Yeah.
Oh well, but you're in good company down there at Savaya and Desa and Odyssey, right?
Yes.
They
Yeah.
seem to be going ahead.
I'm happy.
Thanks very much for coming down and talking to us today. And we'll be repeating this on the radio again tomorrow, and also putting it up online.
Nice.
Thanks for coming, Aza.
Thank you.
Actually, we're going to be playing your set. I've got your set here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Which one?
It's from. It's called Deep House. No, it's from Deep House Moscow. That's where I grabbed it from.
The last one?
Aza Sirelis at Desa Kitsune.
Oh, nice. Yeah.
So let's just play that one right
Amazing.
now. All right.